Rock it down. Y'all grab a seat. We got a lot of stuff to cover. I'm fired up. Another TWC coming at you wild and crazy. And I see a lot of new faces out here today, so I want to say hello to a couple of you people and find out who you are. As a matter of fact, this is something I love doing this year that I really think was effective, and I enjoyed it a lot. So, in other words, it gave me energy. And you guys are listening. Tell me if you think it was effective, because I'm looking at our numbers, and the graphs are going up. Production, premium, which is the least factor at predicting future performance. Least. But it's still a factor. And it's how we get paid. So the premium is up and projecting up. Andy, what is if you said of all my life, my business, what's the biggest predictor? Recruiting agents, unique recruiting people. So it starts with you. Are you a recruiting person? Are you building? Are you hiring? And then how many in your team are recruiting? Okay, with the Alliance, our unique recruiting numbers up tremendously and skyrocketing. So I think the things that what I'm going to talk about right now was effective, okay? I think it was effective. Unique writers. How many different people are turning in policies and getting paid? How many people are getting overrides, meaning people they hired are selling, now they're getting a percentage. That number's up. So all indicators are up. But what I enjoyed this year was meeting people and getting to know people's stories. Finding out who they were, where they lived. So the first thing, as a matter of fact, some cities I flew into, the whole time all I did was talk to who was in the room and getting to know people. And I found out that across the country, that's what a lot of our hot spots are doing. They're getting to know each other. And they feel more like a team. They want each other to win, which is tremendous. You know, it's funny, the people that want others to win, that understand it's a team. Some people are, it's my base, it's my organization, my commission, or my net worth. And I'm like, bro, come on, man. It's the team. It's the whole deal that makes you happier. So, real quick, I'm not going to take the whole show, but I just want to say, tell me who you are, and let's just go right through here real quick and go all the way around, even Chris Hill, and just real quick, who are you and who hired you?
My name is Diana Vico, and I was hired by Joe and Donna Rhodes, part of Robin Harkin's team, and Twig Rollins hierarchy, and my hotspot is Wilmington. Okay. Surf's up.
Surf's up. First name?
Diana.
Diana.
Yes.
Diana. Am I saying that right, Diana?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Diana. Real quick, next.
Sam Mosley was hired by Diana, part of the Robin and Twig hierarchy.
Okay.
And my home's hotspot is Wilmington.
Okay, Diana and Sam.
Yes.
Okay, how did y'all know each other?
From an ad. Craigslist.
Okay, got it. All right, Sam. All right.
James and Jane hired by Andy Albright, right here out of Burlington, North Carolina.
That's right. Proud of you guys. All right, next.
Lisa Zello, hired by Terry Edwards, Mark Marsalis' organization, and I'm in Greensboro.
Okay, Lisa, glad you're here.
Thank you.
Laura Joy, Dave Johnson out of Raleigh, and I live in Gibsonville.
Okay, awesome.
Niall Flanick, direct to Mike Paleo out of Burlington, North Carolina, part of the Moore Agency.
All right, great. Now.
Hi, Bob Burcham. I'm direct to Micah Agnew, just hired right here in Burlington, North Carolina.
Okay, and Micah
Agnew.
Agnew. Got more names?
Hutchings and Bill Lampy.
And Bill Lampy.
Yep.
Awesome team. Got you. All right.
My name is Pablo Hernandez. I work here with ABTF, where we sell, recruit, and build.
That's right. That's right.
I'm Jackson Crane. Just started here in ABTF, right here in Burlington.
All right, good deal. And
Chris Hill, part of the ABTF in Burlington, North Carolina.
Chris, all right, perfect. All right, good. Thank you very much. I got Angela and Robbie. Okay, Angela Clark in the house, Robbie Kraft in the house. Okay, and I'm going to come back and I am going to mess up your names unintentionally, but I'm going to get it back right. As a matter of fact, is it out of Terry and Tia's group? Yes. what's your name? Lisa, Joy, Laura Joy. And Sam's Bob. Okay, got it. Well, for now. Okay, all right. Okay, right now, we're coming to the close of the year. All right? And so we want to talk about exploding into next year. Okay, so that next year is the greatest year we've ever experienced, both professionally, personally, and organizationally. Okay, so the way we're going to do it, I don't know about you guys, but I had to work my way up to something. You with me? So I'm going to start now getting my mind right for January 1. All those people that January 1, they're going to write all their goals, I ain't betting on them. I'm betting on people that do it now. You hear what I'm saying? Because you got to get it wound up to take off. Okay? So that's what the whole concept today is about. Now, am I forgetting about this year? As a matter of fact, by starting now, ramping up, it's going to help me this year. That's right. So, we have people that are within grasp of the Banff, Canada trip. Okay? We have people that are in grasp of the extension to Lake Louise. And of all this group of people, this lot of people, if you're a statistics engineer, this lot of people, some people are listening to this call and they're deciding to step it up. Some people are deciding, I've got it, and they're just going to keep the same speed. And then other people are giving up a little bit. Okay. I would like to take this lot of people and the group that are in the letting up or coasting and ask them to pick it up. Because I hate that some people are going to miss this trip that could have went. And I'm going to tell you, you miss it by $1, you're not invited. It's a cutoff. It's a cutoff. And I love you more than everybody else. But don't come to me and tell me how you barely missed it. Tell me how you made it. Okay? And I'm going to tell you, I think it's December 2nd. Does that sound right? Get your butt out of bed. Out of your bed, onto your feet. Out of the shade and into the heat. Get your butt busy. Triple your appointments. Snap, snap. Hello, Disney World. What the heck? This is the end of the road. You got to do it now. All this, I'm going to do it. You just watch and see. You can count on me. I'll have this thing knocked out by June. But you don't. You don't. It's past June and you don't. And it's December 2nd. I know I'm only talking to a few people that are on the bubble. There's about 35 or 40 of you. If all 40 of you hear me and answer the call, you're going to jack up our budget like you would not believe. Meaning we're not predicting all 40 of you couples that are on the bubble to hear me and to start acting. Don't worry about my feelings. Don't worry about my budget. Katie will not be happy. Katie will be like, we do not have the rooms. We cannot. What are we going to do? I'm like, figure it out. We'll put some of them on the roof. They'll double up the rooms. I want you, listen, I'm talking to you, I didn't even want to say some of the things I've heard, because I know, okay, let me just say, I've talked to more than one of you, and I've texted more than one of you. So if I hit your text, and you go, you're talking about me. I'm not talking about you. I got it from somebody else, too. Here's what they say. I'm going to give it everything I got. And I want to say, bro, is that all you got? How about this one? It won't be from lack of effort. What does that mean? It will be because the leads are bad, because your wife wouldn't let you, because your husband wouldn't let you leave the house? Is the reason being outside circumstances? We don't measure effort. We measure results. Does that make sense? So I'm not mad at anybody. It's just this lot of people. that are on a bubble. You say, Andy, you're doing a whole show for a lot of people, like not a lot, but a segment of 40 people. And I'm going like, I care. And I don't want to listen to you when you barely miss it. So if you got over, I won't have to listen to you. So in that way, you are doing it for me. I would rather have budget problems than to have your narrowly missed it explanation talk. People always want to talk to me too. Andy, can I get 5 minutes of your time? I'd like to tell you what happened. No, I'm telling you now. I don't want to hear it. What I want to hear is you made it, and we'll talk about it in Canada. Does that make sense? Okay, I love y'all. Okay, I would encourage you to be like a river, not like a pond. And if there's people in your organization, you have these talks with them. Make sense? Talk to them and say, you have a shot. You can work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week if you choose to. If you choose not to, just know that it's your choice, not mine. Does that make sense? Just educate people to understand. It's what they do in the next 28 days. Okay, now, so that contest is going on. While you're winning that, there's a forester's cruise going on. Okay? You could win that. There's lottery tickets for every $2,500, $2,500 premium. You get a lottery ticket. We're going to buy lottery tickets. The other thing is, we're either going to take 25 couples, or 20 couples, or 25 couples. Okay? Yeah, 20 or 25. We're right on the cusp. We're right over 25 couples. If everybody lets up, we're only going to take 20. If everybody pushes, we're going to take 25. There's a cutoff. Okay? So there's more lotteries, more people winning, so everybody does. By the way, hello, the way this works, you get paid also for these issue paid premium that you get. It's not just, you're not just doing it for the team. So I'm not asking you to be totally unselfish, you understand. You get paid. CFG is paying as fast as lightning. Okay? CFG has great things coming in 2016. It's a great company. I would suggest you try to pop some of their cases in because you get paid fast. Okay. All right. Recruiting blitz. I'm also looking at how many people are putting people in class right now. Some of you, Debbie, Tim, Jim, John, Mark, Tara, Sam, Steve, and there's a couple more names I want to say. You need to get your mind right for January 1 by starting, let's kill this thing now. Does that make sense? Yeah, you too. Angela, I'll throw that name in there. We're going to ramp up for January 1. Y'all hear me? Okay, that's the big stuff that I want to get out. And then I got the talk that I want to give, the stuff that I want to talk to you about. Thank you for the... Oh, this is awesome. Now I won't mess up the names as much. All right, where do we want to start here? I got so much crazy stuff I want to talk about. Oh, Zan, Terry, Twig, Jim, Ryan, this is the other names. Manny, Frank. I wasn't making those names up. These are people I'm thinking about that said, here's what they said. We're going to war, Andy, against our poverty and others. And I said, really? We're going to war? So if we're going to war, y'all know what that means. That's like now. Like let's get armed up. This is a 24/7 thing. We're going to kill this thing. This is a big year. People that said, I'm going to war with you, Andy. And I'm just saying, you want to go to war now? You want to play the game? You want to come on? You want to be on part of the team? Well, this is the call. Okay? Let's go. All right. So, Bob's like, I'm brand new here, and you're a little intense. You should see me when I'm intense. This is a show, okay? All right, I want to talk about our team. I think I'm going to wrap up with our team. I think what I'm going to talk about right now is this goals thing. Okay, so greatest book on goal setting that I've ever read. Brian Tracy's book. Look at this title here. What's his name? Bob, Laura. Look at this title. Can you believe this, Laura? How to get everything you want faster than you ever thought possible. What the heck? I mean, I read that. I was like, I'm reading this book. Okay, not only have I read it, I've scratched out, you would not believe, here's when I first read it in March of 2014. You wouldn't believe the scratches and marks I put through this book and re-highlighted and re-notes and re-teached and re-taught and relearned, okay? I highly recommend you get this book. Before I had this book, this was the best book I had ever seen on goal setting. This may still be the best book on goal setting, Success the Glenn Bland Method. Because everybody's going to be talking about goal setting January 1. I say now, December 2nd. We need to start getting our mind right, the alliance for taking over. I'm talking to so many of our leaders that saying, Andy, you have no idea how many people I've got that are bubbling, that are ready to do, that are getting January 1. I'm going to say, let's start them now. Let's go click. See, there's going to be a race going on in America for people to try to change their life starting January 1. Let's start running now so we get out ahead of them. Okay, Laura, you with me? Let's start now. Matter of fact, if I can I get this group, let's see, what do I want you to say? Oh, here it goes. I'm going to do it now. So you ready? I'm going to do it now. Okay, you ready? Let's just repeat that. Okay, ready? I'm going to do it now. Okay, one more time. So I'm going to do it now. Okay, so if you can start saying that, okay, John Maxwell was talking about Napoleon Hill, Brian Tracy, I think it was Brian Tracy telling them, they did a seminar, and they said, if you can say that 100 times a day, I'm going to do it now, okay? When I'm going to do something and I'm serious about it, you will hear me say, now. I'm going to do it now. You just walk around and say, we need to do it now, okay? So start doing it now. Now, if you're not serious about it, do it next week or week after. But if you're serious about it, let's start doing it now. So, Angela, you tracking with me on this? If you say, well, I'm going to start recruiting next year, well, let's do it now. So next year, you watch my numbers. Okay, let's start doing it now. Let's do it, Robbie, now. You're going to travel next year? Now. What are you going to do in December? So let's schedule it now. Let's go somewhere in December. Okay, Pablo, you hear what I'm saying? Whatever you're planning, next year I'm going to sail. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Okay, do it now. Book some appointments now. Y'all hear me? Now is the operative word. Okay, get this book right here and get the goal-setting book. Okay? I want to talk to you about my favorite principles out of here, and I want to try to bring them to life for you. Okay? All right. Lisa, are you selling yet? No. Or do you have your license yet? I'm working on that. You're working on that right now, so I don't have the mic to her. How about James, would you hand this to her? I'll re-ask the questions. Okay, so you're working on that right now. Have you booked appointments? No, I have not. Okay, have you tried to book appointments? No. Okay, do you have a date set when we're going to start trying to book appointments?
I plan on finishing my license coach like tomorrow.
Okay, so you're not licensed yet?
No.
Okay, all right. So tomorrow you're going to finish license coach, so you need to go ahead and schedule the state exam.
Yes.
Right? Okay, all right. Now. Okay, Lisa. You sit back down. I'm going to come back to you, I guarantee you. Okay. All right. So what I've been doing is trying to cut these little audio pieces that can be used over and over, and Mac's been using them. We're cutting them down, putting them on CDs, and it's working pretty good. So here we go. Here we go on another one that I want to be able to use forever. Okay. The concept that I want to talk to you about today is goal setting the Glenn Bland method. It is an incredible, life-changing, life-altering, unbelievable, future-changing book you could ever get your hands on. Success the Glenn Bland Method. Okay? It's how to set goals and make plans that actually work. Okay. I read this book. I used this book. I made millions from reading this book. Then this book looks like this. It's Success, the Glenn Bland Method, how to set goals and make plans that actually work. Then I read this book more recently, Goals by Brian Tracy, how to get everything you ever wanted faster than you ever thought possible. See, those words to me, when I hear that I can get what I want faster than I ever thought possible, I go crazy. I'm like, are you kidding me? I want a G5. I want a house in Italy. I want 7 homes. And I'm thinking, that's how fast I want them, snap. So how can I beat snap? And then I think, but it's how fast did you think you could get it? And the answer is, Bob, I didn't think I could ever get it. So if I ever get 7 homes in a G5, that'll be faster than I ever thought. But I can create, you can create stuff faster with goal setting. All right. I don't care, let's start with this way. I don't care if you're 150 pounds or 300 pounds. And then I was like, wait a minute. I don't care if you're 98 pounds or 220 pounds. We can go way low, we can go way high. I don't care how tall you are. I don't care how short you are. I got you figured out. At least to the tune of about 48 ounces of human material. 48 ounces, 48 ounces that I want to talk about. That's about what all of you have. Give or take a couple ounces, okay? All right. It's inside of your cranium. It's inside of your head. It's the most amazing computer that has ever been put together. It can do miraculous stuff. Happiness, freedom, success, money. You can find stuff. You can remember stuff. And it remembers it's unbelievable. Nobody's created anything like the one in your head. It's bad to the bone. I mean, it can remember stuff. Like they can hypnotize you, and you can remember split seconds in your past. When they hypnotize you, go back. Your ability to access, it's all in there. And listen to this. Here's the crazy news. You own it. It's yours. It's nobody else's. That's what you own. That's what you have. You got one. I was like, I was reading this last night going, woo! I got mine. Okay, so this brain thing, can make happiness, it can make success for you. Oh, here's a big thought. Here's a comment. It was created by God. Oh, by the way, I was supposed to say, if you're going to be offended by my religious comments and stuff like that, please don't. This is required of me to be successful. You may not need it. You can skip this therefore part. Okay? Well, so if I got rewind, remind. Okay. For me, that was big. Knowing that whoever created the universe created this brain. Now, he created this fingernail for something else. I'm glad I own it too. But I'm more impressed that I own this. The brain. Created for intelligence. Created to help you create success. He created it so that you could use it for you to create success and for you to enjoy life and for you to help others and for you to become significant. I was like, boom, meow. Okay. All right. At most, people use what? 10%. Some say they use 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But 10%. What do people do with the other 90%? They put the brain figuring out how to kill angry birds. You with me? They put the brain watching reality television shows. They assign tasks to their brain of crazy things. Like they're only taking 10% at most to think of things like, how do I get wealthy? They're not asking it. How do I get wealthy? How do I live like Chris and Courtney Long? How do I find Stephen Davies? Think, brain. How do I do it? They don't ask the brain that. They say, how is that person going to get off of that island on the television show? And they put their mind thinking like, I hope I can think of how they're going to escape before they actually escape the television series. Or they watch Law and Order, and they're thinking, how are they going to catch the bad guy? That's what they put their mind doing. Or they put their mind thinking like, why am I so dumb? How come I'm not taller? How come I can't jump higher? How come I'm not as smart as him? How come I can't think as quick as Andy thinks? And I'm like, seriously? Hang around me a little bit. Where's my phone? It's in your hand. Hang around me. Okay, so let's don't get off on that. Okay, they put their mind answering the dumbest questions. Like, what's wrong with him? Why won't he start recruiting? Why won't he sell? Your brain's not designed to change everybody else. It's designed to change you, bruh. It's trying to, so you're assigning it stuff either that don't matter or it don't do. The brain is supposed to be assigned to say, how do I create happiness? How do I become a part of that inner team that Andy keeps pulling together? How do I become a part? How do I change lives? How do I get my plane? Andy wants a G5. How do I get a G5? How do I get a Beechcraft 90 or a Beechcraft 250? How do I get one of those? How do I get a second home? How do I get one of those $150,000 cars? How do I help my children? How do I have a happy marriage? How do I become happy? How do I become... See, these are the questions posed to your cranium, accesses more of your brain, okay? I meet people all the time, and they say, I'm a programmer, I'm an event planner, I am a project engineer, civil engineer, and I go, I like you. I like smart people. Let me tell you why I like smart people. Now, if you're not a smart person, hold on. I'm going to talk about you next. Okay? But I really like smart people a lot. Okay? If you're not smart, hold on. I didn't say I don't like you. I just said hold on. Okay? Smart people know this. When you write a program, if it doesn't produce the results, they know they wrote the program. You see what I'm saying? You don't see what I'm saying yet. Okay. Smart people know that good in, good out. They call it GIGO or something like that. What is it, the word they always use, Robbie? Good in, good out. Not bad in, bad out. Okay? It does. So with programming people, I can explain to them, or project managers, the project's late, they know that the program was not written correctly, or you put the wrong people on assignments. In other words, they know quickly to blame themselves for the results because they know the way you program it is how that operates. I like people like that. They're smart enough not to argue with that and talk about, well, this and well, that. Okay, now, dumber people and simple people. I like them too. I think I split the line between absolute idiot and a simple person. Okay. No, that's not right. That's not right. Smart person, I'm really good with math, addition, subtraction. I'm not really good with differential equations and the S. I don't even know what it means in infinity and f of x. I don't know if y'all know that stuff. I don't deal with that stuff too well. Or the area of a cylinder, for example. That's very difficult for me. You got to do this. Okay, formulas. Okay, on the other hand, I'm a very simple math person, so I'm kind of smart in simple math. The other thing is I'm real simple. So if you fashion yourself, think yourself dumb, please move yourself over into the simple category that I'm talking about. Here's the simple category. I'll just copy. I'm not smart enough to figure out why, but it's obvious he did it, he got it, she did it, she got it. In other words, Jane Hill did it, Jane Hill got it. I will copy Jane. I will copy James. Copy, 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 copy. Y'all hear me? This is the story of my in-state career. Copy, 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 copy. I'll never forget my mathematics, the toughest math class I had. The lady got so mad at me because I kept getting the right answers, but she couldn't figure out the steps I used. And I would say, like, it don't matter. I got the right answer. And she was like, no, you got to know how you got it. I disagree with her to this day. You wake up tomorrow and you live in a mansion, or 5 years from now, and you're traveling all over the world with us, you don't have to explain how you got it to everybody. You just say, I just did what he said do, and I got what he said I'd get. That's the simple people. It's those people in the middle. You know what I mean? Like they're not smart enough to know the program was written incorrectly, and they're not simple enough to copy me. Could you either move to the simple side or the genius side? This in-between stuff killing me. You with me? This people half and half. I'm not buying into that. Okay. All right. I love those simple people. Love the smart people. People in between kind of mix, confuse me, confuse you, confuse all of us. All right. Here we go. This is my man Glenn Bland. You are the sum of your own thoughts and your own surroundings. What is going in your head, the questions you're asking, the thoughts you're having, is creating your future. Okay? I promise you. And you can control that. Now, philosophers around the world, crazy billionaires around the world, people that have changed stuff, made a difference in the world, will disagree on many, many subjects. This subject that I'm talking about, they'll agree on. Listen to this. Unanimously, we are what we think about. Emerson, a man is what he thinks about all day long. Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius says, a man's life is what his thoughts make of it. William James, the greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind. He wrote a book, As a Man Thinketh. They all agree on this subject. So here we go. You own your brain. You get to talk about it. The Bible says in Proverbs, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So say, I'm one of those smart ones. I think. I'm one of those smart ones that knows whatever I do, I'm going to get the results. Or say, I'm one of the simple ones, I'm just going to do what Andy does. And then you line yourself up. Okay? It's some simple stuff. It sounds real deep, but it's very, very simple. It's what you think about. Okay. I say this all the time. I say I'm a fruit inspector. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to say, well, you're this, your accent, your height, your complexion, your smile, your eyes. I'm going to go fruit. Results. Okay? So, like, what do you produce? Do you produce a big income, big house? Are people sending you thank you notes? Are people emailing how much you've helped them? Are people saying how nice you are? That's fruit. Did you buy a car, a big Mercedes? Did you write a check for $100,000 to Tim Goad and the Goads, G5? Did you give them $100,000 this year? You didn't. Why not? Okay, well, your fruit just went down. Does that make sense? Did you give your church $100,000 this year? You did? Well, great. There's a fruit. There's a cherry. That's fruit. Did you do both? Oh, you didn't? Well, see, I'm a fruit inspector. Does that make sense? Tell me the results, and I'll tell you the fruit. Okay, listen to this. You will live the rest of your life on the fruits of your mind. Hey, baby, you deserve it. You've been thinking it. For the rest of your life, you get to live on the fruit of your mind. And the mind produces what you tell it to think about. Boom, this is crazy stuff right here. All right. Thinking can lead you to a life of inner peace, a life of wealth, a life of enlightenment, a life of physical well-being. Or it can take you down the gutter. Now, can we do it like, what did it say? I'm going to do it now. Can we do that again? I'm going to do it now. One more time. I'm going to do it now. See, your mind can take you wherever you choose. I sound like Dr. Seuss, don't I? You got feet in your shoes, and you can go whichever way you choose. People that haven't read that, they think I'm a rapper. Here's another one. As you sow, you shall reap. A lot of people think all about how they sow it into others, which is huge important. But think about what you sow in your mind. What do you plant in your mind? How important is that? Most of us, when we talk about sowing in others, most of us want to change everybody. If my wife, I'll tell you one thing. If my husband, if he just do this right here, if my mama, if the people I'm calling on these leads, and their goal is to change someone else. I talk to you all the time. Some of you, please, God, tell me, you go like, are you talking to me? I want to say yes. Because your goal is about changing other people when your goal needs to be about changing up here. Others change when we change. Change within to change without. Travel within to travel without. Change somebody else, change yourself. How to do it? Not easy. Hard. I don't want to tell you it's not easy. So what I'm going to tell you is, it's worth it. It's hard. It's difficult. Andy, it's just simple. Just change what you say. Just change what you read. I'm with you. It's simple. It's also simple to do the wrong thing. It's so easy to do the dumb thing and not read. It's so easy to turn on country music. It's so easy to turn on rap and not put in that CD. It's so easy. So both are simple, both are easy. It's hard to do the right thing because the rest of the world don't want you to. You say, I'm going to start losing weight. You think, I'm going to start being a positive person. I'm going to start working harder. You think the world is going to stand up and applaud, don't you? They're not. They're going to say, start your diet tomorrow. Why are you on another one of these kicks? Why do you get so fanatical all of a sudden? Now you want to change the way you look. Now you want to change your life. Can't we do it tomorrow? This affects me. So people the closest to you are affected when you try to change. And then they, karate chop you. Or they give you a pow, elbow to the head. All right, I'll drink it. Give me another shot. Like, what? Like, dude, one shot and you go down, Bo. One pop to the head, one rude comment, one critical comment, and you go back to keeping yourself where you are. That's called hard. It's not hard because of the decision. It's not hard because I'm not asking you to dig ditches and do 75 push-ups. I'm asking you to change your attitude, change your mindset, change your reading habits, develop a reading habit. And others around you are going to stop this. You're like, I ain't got no wife, I ain't got no children, I ain't got nobody. My mama's dead, my dad's dead. Everybody's dead, everybody I know, nobody's going to affect me. I'm going to do what I want. Most people want to make themselves comfortable and cozy and sit down a big lazy boy and relax. Do what you want to become. Do what you know will create a life of significance. It's not whatever you want. So I think it may be easier if you're alone. Here's the problem. People are going to start coming around you. And you've got to keep the course of making these decisions about what you think about. Every second, listen to this. In 2016, at the end of the year, people will go from having never written business to writing $20,000 a month. People will go from not having anybody in their business writing business to 12 new people. People will go from I don't know them to I respect them. People will know from Diane Lampy don't know your name. Diane Lampy, listen, it ain't that she don't trust you. It's that she don't respect you. And she don't, how about that? How'd you like Diane go from respect to respect? Diane Lampy to respect you. What does it take to get her respect? I'm going to come back to that in a minute. Remind me of that. What does it take to get Diane Lampy's respect? What does it take to get Paul Roberts' respect? What does it take to Jason Carey's respect? You see what I'm saying? Now we done delved into a different realm right there. Does that make sense? How about this? From having 20 people in your business writing business, how about it double your income? How about having all of that happen by the end of 2016? It'll happen for people. Some people, like here's the goal right there, boom, right here. Some people get this close, 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 and this close to that goal. You with me? Let me tell y'all what's going to determine that. What you do every second of every day, every minute. I'm telling you, I know what I'm asking. I'm just telling you. I'm not telling you I want you every second and every minute. I'm telling you how close you get to this goal, Jane, will not be determined by how many basketball games you go to be with NC State. That's not what it's going to be determined by. It's every second. And if you don't get invited, what do you do during that time? Do you watch every game on people? People don't understand it's what you do, Deanna. It's what you do. So you don't understand, Andy. I've got mental issues. I'm manic depressive. What's the bipolar? That's the word. I'm bipolar. Well, I'm bi-crazy. And you're bipolar. It's what you do. Does that make sense? Here we go. Here we go. And what you do determined by what you're thinking. Y'all tracking on it? This is big stuff. This is getting crazy. We're getting ready to get rich. All right, by the way, does anybody feel like that I'm just talking to myself and not y'all? Does that make sense? Because I'm going to tell you what, I feel like I am. Like I'm wanting to slap myself right now. I'm like, by gosh, you know what I want to slap myself down? What I did the other day. What I did last week. What I did last year. It's what I didn't do last year. You with me? I want to beat myself up about that. I ain't got time for that. In this second, I got to focus. Does that make sense? All right, so that's what y'all got to do. All right. Oh, I'm going to mess up. I hope it's not today. Today's Wednesday. I hope it's not tomorrow. I hope it's not this weekend that I mess up. The one thing I know is I'm going to mess up and I'm going to restart. So get your mindset that you're not going to be perfect. I know you. Like that guy texted me the other day and said, "You don't know me." I love getting a text. "You don't know me. Don't act like you do." Well, I know you. I don't care whether you like it or not. You ain't perfect. Stop it beating yourself up. You only got a few seconds between now and the end of the show. You only got a few seconds before now and the end of the day. You only got a few seconds before now and the end of your life. Let's use those seconds to create a life that we're going to love. Okay? All right. First of all, decide. Be like, I want to be happy. I want to have a life of significance. I want to be successful. I want to be wealthy. I want to have a lot of friends. I want to be on a part of a team. That's your first thing. So in your mind, it'd be cool if you wrote it down, but in your mind think, all right, I want to be successful. Okay, bam, boom, yow. This second, you killed it this second. What are you going to do later? Do you decide I want to be successful? All right. Diane Lampy, I like I like Diane a lot. One is she gave me, I want to tell it, Diane, I want to show you this. I told you, she gave me this, this bamboo thing. It has on there, think, don't wait, Napoleon Hill, grow, achievement, read, rich, mastery, persistence, motivation, purpose, all kinds of stuff, principles. Well, Diane, I'll tell you, this thing's lasted a long time. I had to saw off these little things right here. I saw them right there on my knife yesterday. So I'm still using it. Christmas, she already sent me this. Her and Bill sent me this right here. This is those of y'all that haven't seen one before, it's called a journal. It doesn't really have words in it. You have to put them in it. So if you don't have one of those, be cool if you started writing down stuff and you would write down what you want. Okay? The first time I heard a guy, a rich guy that had 7 or 8 homes talk about this, he said, you need to be like Habakkuk Tutu. And that's when I just about ran, Bob, Lisa, Lori. I was like, I ain't joining no cult. I ain't following no, Tutu, guy named Tutu. Habakkuk Tutu say, you must do this. I was like, I'm not doing it. And it turned out that he was referring to a book within a book. There's this tiny book inside of the Bible. Okay? For those of you who can't spell, it's the Bible. Okay? All right, so inside it's Habakkuk. It's Habakkuk. He was saying Habakkuk, not Habakkuk. Okay? So the book is named Habakkuk. And it's in chapter 2, verse 2. It's Habakkuk 2:2. And I was like, oh, God. Because I was excited to be a part on this guy's team until I found that out. And I was like, I'm not going to be on his team. Then when he was like, it's Habakkuk, I was like, all right, relax. And he said the whole thing in there says write down what you want. So as you're jotting down there, Angela, and as you're jotting down there, Jackson, write down what you want. Like you can do it and listen to me. I can only speak at best 300 words a minute. I'm probably around 200. You can hear at 600 words a minute. So I'm talking way under your capacity. So write down what you want. Say, I want this. I want to make 6 figures. I want to make $1 million a year. I got a friend I'm working with right now. I want to help them create $500,000 a month run rate by the end of next year. And I think that's doable. That's something I want to do. Now, all I can tell you is to imagine what I'm asking for if I'm trying to get them there, what I want to create. I really, really, really want to get into the I want to make some money. Why? Because money is so universal. I've got 12 season tickets to NC State football. I don't want to give those up. I would like to increase. Does that make sense? I want to buy season tickets to something else. I was talking to Diane Lampy this morning about money that I'm spending this coming year on other people and money that I'm spending on myself to put myself in positions to grow. Listen, to positions to grow. I'm going to invest like crazy in me, and I've already invested the money so that I can give other people an opportunity to invest here also and do it while I'm there. Matter of fact, James and Jane will talk to you about that. Okay, so does that make sense? What do you want to do? Car-wise, house-wise, relationship-wise. I really would like to get along with my son better. I really would like to get along with my daughter, my mother. What do you want? Because after you decide what we want, we're going to start talking about what we think. Got it? How do we control what we think about? Okay, so that would end that for Mac. But here's what I want to go with y'all. This is extra. That would end that audio. But for y'all, the 8 steps of success, my book talks about what you do. Most of that, I hadn't studied it, look at it. Most of it controls what you think. See, what you put in, Jackson, what I tell you, pick up your mistakes, read my book, read that other book I give you, and start listening to audios and quit listening to country music. Change your life. I'm not kidding. Andy, how do you change your life? What are you worried so much about me for? Why don't you worry about yourself? How about that? Woo! All All right, I'll tell you, since you want to know. I need to read more audios, and associate with people more. That's what has to do with that money, that finger right there, is the money I'm spending on who I'm spending it around. See, I've decided already several mega purchases of spending time around the right people. I'm reading a lot, I'm listening to a lot of audios. I'm going to listen to more audios where I'm going to invest more as being around people. Now you move down here. James and Jane, you moved down here. But you still could think about how could you invest money if you want to hang around me more. Does that make sense? Because you hang around me more, you're going to get to hang around some crazy rich people more because I'm going to hang around some crazy rich people. Now, for those of y'all think everything's about money with me, understand is I give away more money than you make. Does that make sense? So giving away more money, you know, you can't argue with me on that one too much. You with me? Does that make sense? I mean, I'm telling you, giving it away. Don't mess with me on that, okay? Yes, I like to have it because I like creating, I like flying in a plane. Wait till you see this plane. Wait until you see the Alliance Air. The inside of it's unbelievable. I saw some pictures. The jump seat, the one in the back behind the bathroom, is insane. I'm telling you. Black leather, perforated leather, diamond stitching. Oh my gosh, dude, I want another plane before the end of next year. Another one? That's right, baby. Why? Cause. I want one that Tim Go can fly around on. I want one that you can rent out 24/7 and use it so it don't affect me. Does that make sense? I want to give more money I want to build a building down there in a G5 ranch. I want to be the lead sponsor in the building that's going to be called the Alliance Center for whatever, for growth and development, for families coming back. I want more stories this year of people that got off of drugs. More people that their marriages came back together. More people that they saved their children because of what they learned they did. You with me? Okay, here's how you get that. Association, duplication, association, edification. Get into that book, The Steps of Success. They're so simple, but it's read more, associate more audios. That's the simple thing that's not easy. Because there's so many things fighting for your time. Drinking, television, video games, basketball, football, baseball, ice hockey, soccer. All these things draw your time. They're competing for your time. And it's easy to watch a ball game on television these days. It's on every channel. It's easy. You hear me? It's easy. So is watching a CD or plugging in, pulling up your computer and pulling up the TWC that I did last week that you can't remember two things. Listen to it again and take notes. It's that easy. Go on to timgo.com and buy every audio that he has to offer. There's only like 8, okay? Buy every one of them. You say, that's simple. That's the easy part. The hard part is listening to them all. 8 times each. 8 times each. Every one he has, 8 times each. Every TWC that I did last year, getting through them, it's time. I'm not kidding you. This is not hard work. This is time. What are you going to trade out to get it there? Okay? All right. All right. This is the part where I said, how would you like to be respected by Stephen Davies? How would you like to be on our team? Okay. So this is another one that I'm doing that'll be audio for Mac. And it starts like this. How would you like to be on our team? I don't mean just get your business card that says Alliance member. I'm talking about that inner circle deal with Adam and Beth Katz, where you're on that inner circle where you're respected. Now, people say, Look at my sales numbers. I'm on the inner circle. You got to accept me. Look at the number of people I have selling. You got to respect me. Or people come to us and they go, guess what we did in the previous industry we were with? Guess how successful I was? I had a guy tell me this yesterday. He said, I will do you one better than copy you. I will copy you and make it better than you, Andy. I was like, good. I wonder how he's going to do that. You know, I'm not mad at him, but he thinks he's going to come in and you know, last time I looked, nobody in the alliance was growing as fast as they should have. Last time I looked, none of you were perfect. Does that make sense? So how do you get to be on the inner circle? How do you get to be respected? Some people think, you don't trust me. No, not trust. It's respect. What do you want to be, trusted or respected? Both of them. How about this? Wealthy or respected? Both of them. But respected is huge. Jackson, to get on this team, and Adam Cass has always told me this, like, Andy, I just want to be respected. Because respected is based on fruit, based on results. You can't walk into the Dallas Cowboys and say, I am inner circle Dallas Cowboys. Matter of fact, you'd be lucky to even get on the team based on everything you've done in the past. It's what you are and who you are today. And it's a fight to stay on that team. Most people are in the blame game. The reason I'm not, the reason you don't let me on the inner circle, and they start to blaming. And seldom does it turn out to be what's in their head. It's my fault. I need to be corrected. I don't understand them. Diane Lampy don't understand them. And I'm telling you, Diane understands. She's watching, and she's listening to what comes out of your mouth. Does that make sense? Our team, let me tell you one tip. Our team does not tear down other team members in our team. That's one rule. So if you're a terror downer, if you're a fault finder, if you're one of these critics, I was listening to audio this morning, and he said, don't many people look at your wins and losses if you're a referee. So, see, referees don't win and lose. They're critiquing. You with me? And they're making calls and they're making decisions. What I'm looking for in our hot spots, what the inner circle is looking for, what the Levantoviches are looking for, okay, is they're looking for team players that are positive and upbeat, that speak, we're going to win. There's some old, there was a guy that used to coach for Carolina called Dean Smith. Hated, not disliked. Like, I dislike Roy and I dislike most of them, but I hated this guy. You know why? Because he was committed to his team. There was a guy I loved named Norm Sloan. You know why? That joker was cray-cray. Cray-cray in what other people think. He said, we're going to beat them. They could be underdog by 40 points. He would say it. This game, we're going to take them to task. This game, we obliterate them. And they would try to get him to put down his players or critique his players. He'd be like, no, have no part of it. It wouldn't come out of his lips. This is a huge part of it. How about those of you that have the bipolar? How about those of you that have a mean spouse? How about those of you that your spouse won't help? That your husband's lazy. Your husband don't understand. Your husband don't have a dream. I hear you loud and clear. My ear, well, both of them are ringing, but that one's ringing louder. Okay? I hear you. Listen to me. Look it up. I will help you. You tell me your disorder, and we'll look it up. We can list the number of insanely successful people like Winston Churchill who was bipolar. Successful people are not perfect. And many of the successful people have spouses that didn't help them. But do you have examples where the spouse is hurt? Oh, yeah. You hear what I'm saying? To be on this team, you do. Well, I'm chatting with my wife, and now she agrees, and she's going to allow me to. Well, congratulations. How about next week when she flips out again? Are you going to ask her then what she thinks? You do no matter what she say. You do no matter what he say. You do. Now keep in mind, you say, well, you're telling me to go against my spouse. I'm telling you to build a life. You with me? I'm not telling you to go against them. I'm saying build a life. You don't, I'm going to walk right in there and tell her now. No. That's not what I said. I did not say you tell her, you tell him what you're going to do. That's not what I said. Listen to me close. I said you do, which means you read, you dial, you come associate. Well, she said if I go to Burlington one more time, she's going to leave. Well, ask her not to, and then do. Please. You could say, please, you leave a note. Please don't go away. I'm going. Well, she said, you ain't going to believe what she said she was going to do. I like it when they squirm like that. Do-si-do. She said some things she wasn't going to do anymore. Ooh, she done, bam! Done put the, bam! She done laid the law down. From now on out, I'm not going to cook no cornbread. You know that banana pudding I make up? What am I going to do, Andy, then? That's what you're going to do. Andy, you're asking too much. I'm telling you, successful people do during disasters. They do when things are right at home. They do when their mother's going into hospice. They do when her mama's leaving hospice. You go, Andy, you don't leave hospice. Yes, you do. You don't usually go to a resort. You're gone. They do during these times. If there's one, it's when the dream is big enough, the facts don't count. If when what you want to do outweighs what you don't want to do, then you D.O. Now. Can we say, I'm going to do it now? Can we do it one more time? I'm going to do it now. This has changed my life. This perspective of now has just totally messed me up. Duplicate, associate. Oh, I know what I wanted. All right. This will be good. Do you have that picture, Amber or Billy? That's it. Can we make it any bigger, or is that the way it ends up? Can you hit just make it bigger? Yeah. All right. Yeah, like that right there. Okay, so that's going to be me. I'm going to be other people. I almost need a different shirt. And here's what people say to me. They come up to me and they say, Andy, they do this all the time. They go, I agree with you 100%. But, and they start telling me stuff, and I want to tell you what's going on in my head. Y'all hear what I'm telling you? Listen to me. They say, Andy, I think my upline is awesome. I think my upline is awesome, but he's so critical sometimes. And he puts me down. Or he won't return my phone calls. Oh, how about this one? My upline, he don't take any of my phone calls. He makes me schedule time. I don't understand. Listen, what I want to say to you is I don't understand your upline. I don't know why he's like that. I don't know why one of them's critical. I don't know why my upline's not building it. He's not selling. She's not recruiting. Listen to me, okay? I'm gonna bring it back up for me, Billy, in a second, but let's go here. You need to do. Does that make sense? Now, do, and there's I don't need negative, okay? I understand that you seem to think you're perfect, and you think other people around you are not. You hear what I'm saying? So no. Wait a minute. Where'd I go? Go back to me, Billy. Where's it at, Billy? How do I? Yep. No, Andy. I don't think I'm perfect. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I don't think I'm perfect. And I go like, the part where you've got to point out every error in every other person is not fun. Stop it. Listen. Zip it. Okay? Y'all hear what I'm saying? Because people are like, I like the alliance, but here's what a problem. I would like if I had all final expense leads and nobody encouraged me to take mortgage leads. I go like, bro, take the mortgage leads and the final expense and go sell. Does that make sense? Stop it. Now we need to push out. Well, what we really need to do is pull in people that are team players. What does it take to be respected? Pull in team players tighter and tighter. Pull in the Michael Owens. Pull in the Dane Levine. You with me? Pull in James and Jane. Pull in Chadwick and Melanie. Pull them in tight, okay? Because I don't want to ever get the impression that we're kicking anybody out. That's not what I want to do. But we need to pull in a tighter inner circle that do the do. You with me? And the people that don't like this aspect, I don't want to support all access around the country. What? I don't care about people in Maine and people in Florida. I only care about the people in Podunk nowhere that I live. I only care about people right around here. That's me-centered people. We need to pull in so tight that they can't wiggle their way into us. You hear what I'm telling you? That's what I was telling you the other day, Robbie. Tell me who's 100% committed, like Mike Palaio, and let's get closer to Mike. I don't want to kick out little smarty pants over there, little cutie beauty. He's all blonde hair, just perfect, little black hair, everything's perfect about him, and he's all wonderful, but he's not a doer. Right. I don't want to hate him. I'm not a hater. I'm just a doer. You with me? We need to pull in the do. I don't want to say, I don't even want to say his name. I don't want to say her name. She's half butt. You know what I'm saying? Halfway in or 90% in. I want to find enough 100% people, Robbie, that 100% will do the 8 steps. 100% will go board member. 100%. That's what I'm seeking. Now, I don't want to go through a whole analogy of the non-committed room. We have a non-committed. We're not going to put any pressure on anybody. Stop it with the pressure. Draw the line, and when they step over the line, hug them and pull them into me. And tell me, Jane, I want to know, this is a 100%er. You're out there showing a plan and traveling. Show me 100%ers. And a person that's negative, that's critiquing the company, that's critiquing me, that's pointing out my many, many, many problems, I don't need that. What I need to do is grow what I'm better at. What I need for you to do, Lisa, is grow what you're better at. Sam, grow what you're better at. Hello, I know you ain't perfect. Don't take offense. I'm not taking offense when people know I'm not perfect. Let's focus on the positive. Let's be upbeat. Let's walk into our hot spots this week. Woo! What's going on up in here? I'm fired up. And somebody said, you sell something? Be like, I ain't even got my license yet, but I'm working on it. And I talked to 5 people this week about getting into business. Did any of them get in? They might get in, they fired up. Upbeat, 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 upbeat. I know this one guy, when he comes around, again, you can't go to an individual. Because, see, here's what people question. Is this being negative when I'm telling you, okay? When I'm being real clear right now and telling you how some people do, this is tough to do. When they come in the room, they critique, and they got something sarcastic to say, and they don't even realize they're doing it. What are we going to do about them? We're going to pray for them, and we're going to look inside and say, am I doing that? Am I putting down people? That drives the energy out of a room. That's what keeps a business from growing. People feel that. We want them to feel accepted, feel important, feel like they're part of the team, feel like that we've got a room of uncommitted that they're very comfortable in with water and cookies and couches. They can hang out. They matter. They're a part of the program. We couldn't do it without them. We need people coming off of the bench into the game. We can't do it with all starters. But then, over here on the starter side, we need to draw the line clear. You with me? Clear line. Black and white. Real dark. It's not vague. On this side of it, here's what we do. Eric and Bobby Belair have stepped over into this side, and I'm holding on to them tight. They are looking for more people on their team to step over. Andy, what does people do, like what Mitch and Shelley are doing? Mitch and Shelley are selling, and they're recruiting, they're returning phone calls, they're going to hot spots, they're selling annuities, they're recruiting, they're positive, nothing negative comes out of their mouth. You with me? They believe in our system. They haven't found a better. I mean, there are people. We're getting ready to roll out one of the most awesome trips that we've ever put on, starting January 1. And I'm trying to get you ramped up so that 100% of y'all win this trip. I want everybody listening to this to win this trip. Everybody. Okay? And here's the thing. Okay? People will again come up to me and they'll say, nice trip, Andy. You know what you ought to do? You ought to put the extension part on the end, because technically an extension is on the end, not on the beginning. You hear what I'm saying? Well, can you tell what I'm thinking? I'm like, bro, it's the most awesome trip we've ever put up together. Now, here's what they'll say. Here's what they do. This is a really great trip, Andy. What you ought to do is put this on the end. So I got this much praise and I got this much criticism. That's a 50-50 criticism of what I've done and congratulations. And here's what they say. I want to be a balanced person. They justify the negativity. Andy, you need to know that would make it better. No, I don't. No, I don't. You say, what if I think that, Andy? Well, think win the trip and get 10 people going. But Andy, I want you to be a smarter person and a better businessman. What? What did you say? Seriously? Does that make sense? Deanna, let's get personal. Come up here. Let me show you, Deanna. You're part Robin Harkins' team.
Yes.
Good to see you again. How long have you been part of our team?
For a few months.
A few months. About
Yes.
3, about 9, about 10?
About 3.
About 3 months.
Yes.
Okay. So, my deal, I got to get to know Deanna. Okay? Deanna, am I saying it right?
Yes, that's
Okay.
correct.
So, Jackson, I'm telling you, this is what you need to do to hire more people. This is what you need to do to broaden your relationship. Okay? So, every time I've got an opportunity to criticize, condemn, complain, or correct her. That is not the plan. You with me? The plan is positivity. Okay? So, for me to become more positive, I appreciate her. Does that make sense? Excuse me. What people do to me, listen to me, they talk to me like this right here. They're like, you know what you ought to do? And they start giving me advice. Does that make sense? And they try to balance the, I'm so glad I'm part of the team, here's my advice. Advice, I mean, my advice, when I ask for advice, it's probably when I need advice. When she asks me, listen to me, if Albright's looking at you, hey, I need what you think what I need to do. Like if this guy right here was talking to you, and you get, that's when I want advice. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do I need you to critique? Critique how I'm doing things. That's when I need for you to critique. Does that make sense? That's me. That's me. I want you to critique when I say, hey, I need your critique. Does that make sense? If I will say how awesome you think this trip is, I don't need a critique. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And same thing with my leads. I produce leads so you can buy them and sell them. We can go make insurance and we build a world. Does that make sense? Now watch this. Now, let's put you over here, okay? You're there, and I'm talking to you, okay?
Yeah.
Do you want me to critique you, give you advice? Don't start. They're like, yeah, I do. But when you do, that's when I give it to her. But now, all she's got across her head is, make me feel special. Make me matter. Show me that I make a difference, okay?
Right.
So my question for you, Deanna, what's your... where do you come from, education-wise and career and job stuff?
I was born in Eastern Europe in a small country called Moldova, and I graduated from a college in Romania in Mandarin, Chinese, and English. That's my background.
Mandarin, Chinese, and English. So what's your original language?
Romanian.
So do you speak Romanian?
Yes,
You
that's my
remembered
native.
that?
Of course, yeah.
You grew up speaking Romanian.
Yes.
Do you speak Mandarin, Chinese?
Yes, I do.
And do you speak English?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Do you speak any other languages?
I speak Russian and a little French.
Russian and a little French. Do you speak redneck?
I'm trying.
You know what both of them means? You know what both of them means? Both of them?
Yeah,
What does both of them mean?
both of them.
So what you do, Jackson, is you put in money into the bank of Deanna, and that is recognition, appreciation, understanding. In the last few minutes, I've learned a lot about her. A lot of people, they'll never know this, because at the hot spots, they say things like, where are you from? And you say, where?
Moldova.
Well, America's a great place. I'm glad you're here. Freedom. You can get rich here. Come to this country because it's a great country, didn't you? That's what they do. They start talking. You with me? Because they don't really care where she comes from. They want to start telling her. They want to start giving advice. I'm asking you to be on the inner circle that you will stop telling me what to do and stop telling her what to do, and you will focus on you doing what you're supposed to do. You're changing your mind. Quit so much trying to change everybody else, and quit thinking I'm talking to somebody else. I'm talking to you. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Here's the crazy thing. Y'all know I can see myself reflected back in that thing when I'm talking to me, so I'm talking to me going like, change what's in your head. I'm in a predicament here because I know the number one thing I got to change is me, but yet I'm telling you to change what's in you. Here's the good news. One-on-one, about 99.99% of the time, I'm going to be like, you just keep doing what you're doing, except for this. Watch this. Here, so if she asks for advice or don't advice, she sits back down, I'm going to sell her now on our system. I'm going to sell her on everything we do on the game, on the game plan, on the one-page playbook, which is hotspots, go to hotspots. If you're qualified, go do hotspots. Hello? If you're selling, sell annuities and life insurance. If you have a client that you sold a policy to, call them back 10 times, all during the year, and go back for annual reviews. This is not optional. People's like, I don't really like going back annual reviews. I know you, how about this? Here we go. I know you said to do annual reviews, but I'm going to refuse to do it. There. That person is not who we're looking for. Does that make sense? If a person says, I'm not really good at doing annual reviews, listen to the way they're changing my mind. How do I learn how to do it more? What books do I read? What audio do I listen to? Yeah. Who's really good at this, Andy, so I can become that person? You just took a step toward the inner circle of respect. But when you refuse to do what the team believes in, you're keeping yourself on that side of the line. You hear what I'm telling you? You're keeping yourself, when you're negative, when you cut down my players, my buddies, when you cut down your wife, when you cut down your children, you're keeping yourself on that side of the line. This side of the line, we're positive, upbeat, trying to change ourselves and get better and be 100% committed. Does that make sense? That's the closest thing to advice that I'm giving her. But the way I'm doing it, I'm in front of a group. One-on-one. Okay, so where are you in the process? More about you, enough about me.
I started selling, and I have 2 agents selling, and I'm trying to recruit more and more.
Okay, so who are the 2 agents that you have selling?
Samuel Mosley and Lee Blegan.
Lee
Blegan.
Blegan. Does it
Yes.
start with a B?
No,
or O?
with B.
B. Lee Blegan.
Yeah.
And Sam. Do you like Sam or Samuel? Sam. Okay. So Sam Mosley.
Yes.
Okay. How much are you selling on a good month?
I just started selling. I was gone to Europe for a month, so I'm really back on track now.
Okay. Did you sell before you went to Europe? Did you sell
No,
anything?
I didn't. I just started selling now.
Okay, so you're back.
Yes.
Have you sold any policies?
Yes, I did.
Have I got issue paid?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a way of keeping up with like every policy, like you sold this policy on this person, and then you have whether it's issued or if it's not, see if you don't have, so you can check it off. Do you have a way to check all your policies and keep?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a plan like that you're going to call this person back in like 3 months and then 9 months and 12 months?
Yes.
You have a system?
Yeah.
Could you explain to Sam, not will you and do it, but could you explain to him your system?
Right now?
No.
Okay.
Could you?
Yes,
You
of
could
course.
do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you take a step closer to help my video guys? Okay. All right. And so I can do like this. Okay. So you could explain to him how to do that come time.
Yeah.
Who did you learn it from?
From a lot of top leaders in the Alliance, from Twig Rollins, from Robin Harkins.
So Twig showed you how to keep track.
Yeah.
And do your pending. And he talked to you about going back to the client for life.
Yes.
And Robin told you this.
Mm-hmm.
Who else did you learn this from?
From a lot of videos on NAA University.
Like which one you like? Can you think of any names?
I like the dialing, helping with Paul Menechino, also calling the ERS with Paul Menechino, then the ATM presentation with Debbie Bean, and all of the ATM presentations are really good.
Okay. So you're learning our entire system.
Yeah.
Do you get the idea that I'm looking for the whole thing, the whole piece of pie?
Yes.
I'm looking for people that do 100%. Okay? Is this helping?
Yes.
So what I'm doing nonstop with people is I'm drawing the line. I got the 99%ers over here. I got the 27%ers. I got the 33s. I got the 42s. I got the 91.2. I got you. I hear you. I got the 88s. You with me? And I'm drawing that line. And I'm saying, Rick Warren, before he started that massive church that he built, before he wrote the book Purpose Driven Life, before he wrote the book Purpose Driven Church. He said, why do some churches and teams blow up? Massive. I just heard this today. I knew it, but I just heard it today. What he said is, it started, every team he studied, every church he started, had this inner circle, James, of 100. You with me? There's this guy named Furtick, F-U-R-T-I-C-K, young guy that took a church from 5 couples to over 10,000. I think now he's got 30,000 people. And how many people's lives have changed? People criticize this kid, young man. People criticize Rick Warren. People criticize Joel Osteen. People criticize me. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. We need this, James. I don't care if it starts with 3 of us, 6 of us, 8 of us. And I've got a little team that's starting to form. And these are 100%ers, okay? And Deanna, I'm inviting you to join that team. What that takes is every second, every minute, every hour. Now, the only thing, here's the greatest news. You can mess up, okay? You could have a bad day. You could have a bad hour. You with me?
Yeah.
What you can't do is be obstinate. I think that's the word. Is that where you just go like, I'm just not going to do that part?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not going to recruit. I'm just not going to sell. I'm just not going to go to hot spots. I'm not going to do annuities. I'm not going to do client follow-ups. There's nothing that you do, there's nothing that we do that don't matter. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm inviting you, Angela and Tim and Tara, to join the 100%. You with me? James and Jane, I really think you're there. And I want you to get better, tighter. Between now and January 1, I'm looking for that inner circle. And guess what I'm going to be doing after January 1? Looking for that inner circle. I'm trying to get better. You trying to get better? You trying to get better? Trying to get better is the start. We're going to pay now for results. We're going to do recruit every day, sell every day, build relationships every day. Make more people feel special. By the way, Terry Edwards, Tia Edwards, special people. We're looking for the special ones. Andy, wait a minute, I'm not special. Remember, you're simple, which makes you special. I can tell the way you're saying it. You're a simple one. Oh, you're really smart, but you're too smart? No, be too smart to where you understand that what you put in, you get out. Let's start thinking. Audio tapes, books, CDs, and association. Get your ticket to National Convention. Come see us before then. Go to Bill and Diane's house. Go to Chris and Courtney's house. Go find out how much it costs to fly with Stephen Davies. Find out where Levin Toyovich is driving to. Find out what Alex Abian is doing. Invest and be around the leadership. Get around. If you're on James and Jane, find out where Jane's going and figure out how to ride with them. Listen to me, guys. It's never been like this. We've never had the system, the leads, the carriers, the speed to pay. We've never had a clearer instruction book. The Green Book has never been cleaner and clearer. We've never had this many people on the inner circle. We've never had it where I want Alex Fitzgerald to win like you would not believe. I want Fitz to win. I want the Lampies to win. I want Paul Roberts to win. I want to see all of them win. You hear me? It's never been like that where I believe in Adam Katz and I believe in Chadwick and I believe in Michael Owens and I believe in Junior. It's never been as strong as it is right now. If you ever thought about committing to something, if you ever thought about investing money, time, and energy, if you ever thought about pushing away the easy stuff that obviously is not going to matter 5 years from now, your ability to think long term and do short term, has never been important as important as it is right now. I promise you, every ounce you put in, the ROI is going to be ridiculous. I thank you for plugging in. Hope this was a helpful TWC. We love you. It's getting out of control. Go get you some. Woo! Albright, out of here.